this day used to really, really suck. I mean, really suck, where I would shut down and not talk to anybody around me. Today, tomorrow, and the 13th. Um, this is the anniversary of my dad pretty much dying in a car accident today. 19 years ago today, he was just minding his own business. His friends called, wanted to take my mom and him to lunch at the Centerport Yacht Club. I'll go local for everybody. And they picked him up. My parents were sitting in the back seat. And we used to live on a very, very busy road. And none of us would take lefts out of the driveway, or very rarely, because we lived kind of around a bend. So it was kind of hard to see. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just talking about it openly today. So the guy like decides to take the left, and I believe my mom was like, she was always very concerned when people were going to take that left. But I wasn't in the car, so I don't know exactly what she said, but I'm pretty sure she said something. And he pulled out, and they just got creamed, T-boned. My mom took the most of the crash on her side, and my dad was sitting, on uh, behind the. Oh my God! Don't cry. I'm not. Uh, I smile now when I think of my dad. So he was sitting behind the passenger in the back seat, and he hit his head. He was on blood thinners for a bad heart, and my mom was just a mess. And one of the last things my dad did was he pulled out his booger handkerchief that all older guys used to carry with them, and they used to honk, and then they would fold up their boogers and put it back in their pocket. My dad had one of those. He had a hanky, pulled out his booger filled hanky to wipe the blood off my mom's face. That was one of the last things he did on this earth. And then he walked himself to the ambulance. He gave all his information. He was talking to the first responders. They drove him to Huntington Hospital, and by the time he was there, he was out. He was out because of the blood thinners. He went into a coma, and he lasted 2 days. But I technically look at the 11th, August 11th, as the day I lost my dad. He lasted a couple days, but yeah, so that's the anniversary of that today. So cheers to that. Cheers to everyone that has lost a loved one. I was in Boston at the time, got this crazy ass call. Somebody's got to get to this hospital. Your parents were in a horrific car accident. I'm like, I'm in Boston. And I remember running down, it was either Newbury Street or Boylston. I think it was Newbury Street, because I parked my car somewhere. Oh, no. I was on Newbury Street. when I got the call. Okay. And I was staying at a friend who had just a sick ass apartment close to the water. And I remember I got the call. Someone's got to get here. And, my brother was on it, obviously, but I was like, I got to get home. Holy crap. And I remember sprinting down Newbury Street to the point I couldn't breathe. I don't know if I've ever run faster in my life. And I just, I left my stuff behind that I don't think I ever ended up getting. Just who gives a crap, stuff, clothes and whatnot. Got in my car in my friend's garage and took off and was flying like close to 100 miles the whole way from Boston to Long Island. And, I was able to say goodbye to my dad, I guess, but it was terrible. 19 years ago today. Cheers to my pops. He was a good man. May your last thing on earth be something as good as taking out your booger hanky and wiping the blood off someone you love. Cheers. Cheers to that. So I'm usually all sorts of effed up around this time of this summer, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I've told that story many times over the years, and it usually brings tears to my eyes. But no, man, when I think of my dad now, I just smile and know that he raised me right, and that he was a good man, and he was the most supportive person in my entire life, except for my wife. Jesus, except for my wife and my dad, incredibly supportive. No matter what, I'm even with this live stream, he would be like all about it. He was so proud and so supportive. My dad died 41 years ago. Still think of him almost every day. Man, Bill Marchand, that means your dad did a damn good job. Cheers to your dad, Bill. It's up to us to keep their memories alive. My kids and my wife never met my dad, but I talk about him so much that every once in a while they'll reference him and go, "Yeah, that's something your dad would say." I'm like, "Wow, they never met him." But it just means I did a decent job keeping his memory alive, and my brothers and sisters do the same damn thing.